feels to me like it's got to be Pocket. Like, it's kind of got to be Pocket. It's the only other way around it. You don't first pick up a Disrupt, because you know no one will ever ban Disruptor up against you. And no one, like, it's...
Reserve time.
A little bit odd. I mean, it's not like it's a bad hero by any means, is what I'm really trying to go by, but it's just not the first two. Like you're saying, it's not going to get banned out. You really don't have to worry about that hero getting taken out of the game.
There's got to be a hidden message here, because we're not even looking at like the older Disruptors. You could run them in the mid solo as a potential and like level up high level Thunderstrike, but that doesn't work up against the Quas Invoker. So, and now we add Enchantress to the pool as well. So we got a lot of stability coming up from Fnatic, as well as a support hero. They can battle up against Disruptor from range and deal with them when they come in close too. So I'm liking Fnatic's draft a lot better than Alliance's right now. But I didn't say anything in chat. No, yeah, it's not a mispick. It's most reality. So yeah, I'm interested to see what's going to happen now with the next part of Alliance's draft. Because it's
something right off the bat though I want to point out on these Fnatic first two picks. Both those two heroes are Midas heroes.
You are such a dick.
Dude, I know.
You don't have to bring that kind of stuff up.
I don't want to, I really don't, but I see those two heroes picked up and like the first thing that comes to my head is like, oh, these guys are getting Midas.
Let's think happy thoughts, alright?
Let's think thanking thoughts, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, this Invoker right now, I'm not sure if Honey's been doing only the Exort. I think you could probably call it a little bit better than me, but I think this Quas Wex is extremely powerful right now. The amount of mana that it burns and everything is just ludicrous in these team fights.
When the changelog came out, there were two players that stuck with Exort. One was Dandy, and I'm pretty sure the other one was in fact Hani. I could be wrong on this one, but because it was like that was still like a week and a half, two weeks ago since I got to cast an Invoker game like that. So yeah, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure how he'll approach this one, because a lot of Invokers have also changed their mind about how they approach their Invokers. I even saw an Invoker during the JDL, actually during the MLG TKO match, that went, of all things, he went Wex first.
10 seconds remaining.
I think I was watching that game.
5 seconds
and I saw that happen. We were actually in a match, I think, with MSS. He was a TA mid, and the Invoker he was up against went Wex first, and we were like, what?
Yeah,
what's he doing?
Because it makes no logical sense. For any ability, it makes no logical sense.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted to, I don't know.
Well, Wex is like salt or like pepper. You add it to a meal, it isn't the meal. Either way, yeah, Alliance, show us your strats, boys. Because, like, you ban out the Naga, you ban out the Mirana, that's kind of almost standard. Now we get the Doombringer up as well for Alliance. This still doesn't reveal anything about our lanes, for who's going to jump up into where or who's in what position. So, yeah. I'm interested to see now fourth pickup now, because we still are not... we still have no details.
Yeah, I'm kind of at a loss right now. I'm assuming this is still going to be a support disruptor.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm hoping.
5 seconds
remaining. Yeah, well, I'm hoping it's that case as well, because I don't see a core disruptor working, but a support disruptor is okay. My only question is right now is the next assassin. If we see him ending up in middle lane, if Loaded takes the Doombringer, and then we pick up like the Admiral Bulldog off lane hero, which could be Prophet, Timbersaw, whatever you kind of want to have right now. Like that's where my mindset goes with this.
Maybe they're going for some. It has to be something that they have thought up of. Like I just feel like it has to be.
Yeah.
Maybe with this disruptor, they're gonna pick a hero that can really punish this Invoker mid, and maybe they're just gonna go for like some ganks constantly with this disruptor or something. But I guess we'll see. We see Ruby picked up by Fnatic.
But there's no one that really does work with that kind of combination. It's like Disruptor's one of these guys where like your main combination you'd look for is if you're going for the full like a team fight thing, where you like grab yourself like Enigmas and such, and you go down that line, you lock everyone in one big corner, RP them all in one big position, and then everyone dies after that point.
Yeah,
that's where I go. Like Magnus is available in the pool. We do know like Son of Magnus is currently playing in the game, so options are there. And a Doombringer with an Empower buff up, and Nyx Assassin as well. Hey, that could work.
Tanking.
Okay. Go with me on this one. Offlane SK. Sandstorming level 2 offlane SK. Do you remember? Do you remember like the era of that? And,
I really do.
And how annoying that was now, but with the range of Sandstorm and also with the buff to the Invis movement too, I got a funny feeling Alliance think this has potential.
I actually, a couple weeks ago, I was reading, I don't remember where I was reading it, but I started trying out this Sand King offlane, and I think it's actually pretty damn strong. Because that hero just needs a couple levels and everything, and then he can start moving, because this stun is so powerful. So if you get like 1 or 2 levels, you know, you get your level 3 down there, you can just start roaming on this Sand King too. And he's just he's so good at defending these towers, you just Sandstorm. Mm-hmm. And it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, and then, like, once you get your Arcane Boots up too, this is the crazy thing, like, Sandstorm costs so little that you're able to, and like, then you got your passive, which is Caustic Finale, so you got 2 different pushing abilities lining up right there. And then you got your Burrow Strike, which goes through, and Caustic Finale was also buffed up almost a year ago now, I think it was. Yeah,
Maybe more.
It was a long time ago.
Remaining.
That was like the duration the Caustic Finale hangs on the creeps. And you can correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but doesn't Burrow Strike also apply Caustic Finale to everything you're hitting as you go through?
It definitely does not.
Yeah, okay, good.
Alliances turn to
That would be
Thank you for
the
correcting
most
me.
imbalanced thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
It would be awesome though.
That really
you
would be
Burrow Strike
awesome.
5 heroes, and all of a sudden, boom! What happened there? Oh, that's what we call Caustic Finale.
That would be pretty sweet. Now we see, all right, we see Fnatic picking up a Furon. Okay, I see 3 Midas heroes.
But I'm not seeing a hero that's capable. Well, actually, no. We have an Invoker EMP Tornado. So there is at least 1 hero on the map right now that's capable of pulling SK out of his Sandstorm. And I'm not including creeps from Enchantress with this.
Fanatics
Well, Rubik can also lift a creep and drop it onto it as well.
Oh, good point. Very good point.
That's a good one that some people don't even think about when they're playing the hero.
Yeah,
But we'll see if he ends up going for this Cost Wex or for the Exort. It looks like a Cost Wex game.
Yeah, it really does look like one of those. And now Faceless Void's the final ban out. They're assuming that's an Admiral Bulldog on the Doombringer, which means that was supposed to be a Nyx Assassin in mid, according to the logic of Flyer, and then Loader will be on the Void up on the top lane. Which means then we... No, wait, what? Yeah, that works. And we get Lone Druid. It's been a while since we've seen Bulldog get to play that hero. But that does mean now that Loader is in fact going to be on that Doombringer. We'll see a Jungle SK. We'll see a supporting Disruptor, a Nyx in the middle lane, and a Lone Druid off lane.
I kind of beg to differ. I think it's going to be a Loader Lone Druid.
Really?
I think so.
Which means S4 would have to be the Doombringer, but this again pushes Nyx Assassin into a support role. Or does it? Because you can put Nyx Assassin on the off lane, but up against Rubik and Enchantress, I'm not liking his chances of survival. SK's at least got like Sandstorm, Invis, and then Burrow Strike out. Like you've got these double escape mechanisms, and now Spectre. Well, if you want to play this game late game, we're going to go full late game. There's no way they're going to be looking at this early on in the game. Yeah.
They have triple global if he doesn't know Ebzor early. They have Fura, Spectre, and Evoker.
Well, that's good to a point too, but with the Spectre pick, I'm thinking more of the mindset of Fnatic here of, we got this late game.
Yeah, I think the smarter choice would absolutely be Quaswax, yeah.
Yeah. So...
And it's a Cornix.
Alright, game time. Let's get into it. So, lanes, as far as our heroes go, it's going to be S4 taking up the Nyx Assassin role. Look at EGM. Couple of Tangos and Healing Salve and 2 Clarities. This is Jungle SK. Disruptor will be played by Arke. We'll have Loader taking up the Doombringer role, so they're really looking to get a huge injection of money early on. Admiral Bulldog will take up his signature hero and long-time missing Admiral Bulldog Lone Druid, and then S4 Nyx Assassin in the middle lane. And they're going up against Era, who will be the safe lane. Spectre, Nota will be into the Enchantress role. Fly will be right behind him and sitting there as a Rubik. Hani, well, we get to all be wrong. Exort will be the Invoker to start with, and that puts Trixie as our off-lane player as a Nature's Prophet.
He does go for this Exort.
But also look at Fly and Notal. 2 smokes on these support heroes. You're 100% right about being early on the aggressive. They can do it on the bottom lane.
Did he, oh, he didn't devour, he didn't get to, I guess.
Yeah, that's what he wants. He wants one of the trees to come to him, so then he can get the bonus gold. It needs to be with the first scouting tree that he gets it, or else Doombring will have to wait long enough.
Oh, the fun. Always the fun.
Well, these guys, like, no matter what happens in game, no matter like how much stress also comes their way with different things, like, you do know at the end of the day, these guys are all actually really, really good friends. Like,
let's check out Alliance right here. Smoked up Disruptor and Sand King. They're going for first blood on Invoker.
Oh.
And Hani messed up his block too.
So he's not even going to have the advantage of the lane. If he wants to stay for this experience, he's basically going to cross the line. And the Observer Ward won't help him, and he's crossed it. Gone over into the river.
No, he's going to die.
Yep, he's dead. Mess up the block
Honey.
once, and now S4, well, who's going to stun first? S4, there's going to be a Burrow Strike to start with, the Impel to follow up with, and then Hani, well, he's going to be spitting chips. That wouldn't have happened if he got his block right in the mid. I wouldn't say wouldn't have, it would have had a less chance of working.
And this bottom lane is just hilarious.
No. Oh no!
Glimpse back.
Yeah! He TP'd directly towards the tower, but RK, he didn't think that RK leveled up Glimpse at level 1. He might have gone to the Thunderstrike or something like that, but no. RK put Glimpse up at level 1, and he sent him straight back, so no Talus to soak up the experience. And now up on top lane, Trixie loses his Clarity Potion, and I almost want to see Yeska hit level 2 and just Sandstorm this out, just zone out the Nature's Prophet.
Some good stuff going on in bottom lane too. Bulldog just manipulating the creeps, and Fly was just pulling neutrals into it. The creeps started going like completely bananas. They went to the Ursas, they started running around in circles, they got completely confused.
Shame I didn't see that, but I also I'm still happy with what I saw up on the top lane. Alliance are waiting for the Glimpse to come back off cooldown before they gank up here on the top lane. Hani is at least able to force S4 a little bit further back on the lane, but RK is just waiting here. And there's no Observer Ward. The creep wave's down too far. EGM's going to do a stack to a pull. And RK's realized he's wasted his time a little bit too much, so he's coming back down to mid with an Invis rune as well. And that's actually not even spotted out. There's no vision for the Radiant side up there as far as wards go. They've got this Enchantress Furborg and now Thunderclap. There's not enough mana for a Glimpse, however. RK was just a little bit short. And now with that extra attack, have we got... No, we don't. We have 1 point cost, we have 1 point Exort, and no point up in Invoke. So there's no extra Sunstrike damage coming from anywhere. But Fly and Notel, they're coming up. They see the Ancients moving, and they're going to find Admiral Bulldog. They need to get in range, though, for some kind of slow or a telekinesis, but Admiral Bulldog is outrunning him right now. There's your Spectral Dagger. It's not really that much of a slow.
Oh, Notel's going to die.
Taking way too much damage here. He's got to get the aggro off him. Fly will take it now. Nyx Assassin will, we're going to kill him, the Invoker in the middle lane, but Fly's going to die to the tower right now. There's a stomp over on Admiral Bulldog, and this did not go right. That bear, it can't reach up, but S4 rotates in towards the middle lane. After a fresh kill on an Invoker, they're going to come and bring down Notel, body blocking him out. In fact, his own Centaur turned against him with the bear. The battle of the beasts.
Really big misplay there.
How did Hani die in the mid? Well,
I think I guess just Disruptor rotated there and glimpsed him in, or baited him a little bit and then glimpsed him into a spot. Into a stun. I didn't really catch that. I was watching this bottom disaster. I feel like they just really overcommitted there. To catch this new bear, this 325 movement speed without boots, pretty ridiculous.
He's got a wonderful 340 right now, and Fly, well, what's he supposed to do? He's pulling the creep wave aggro over, and yeah, he took the damage. So Bulldog's going to try and battle for the control again. He got one. He got one.
Yeah, S4 is going to have a super early 6. And is that Arcane Boots already? It is. 4-minute Arcanes up on this Nyx.
So he's got Arcanes and he's got a DD rune. And once he hits level 6 and you have a DD rune, man, Hani, like, I hate to say, but like Trixie was talking about feeding on his lane. Seems like Trixie's lane's the only lane that's been working for him so far.
Yeah, he's got phase boots and he's almost level 6 up on this Furion. So he's doing very well for himself. And they're smoke ganking mid right now. Let's see what they can pull off here.
It's just Notel. And to grab S4 out of position, like he's not level 6 yet, so you're right. They do have an advantage here over him for the moment. And now with Cold Snap, Spike Cameras wants to return out the stun. And it's double status and Sunstrike with the TP into a Sprout. Now, that's commitment to make sure he stays in one position. Unfortunately for Trixie, he just screwed up his summoning of the tree, so they don't have an extra army of trees here in the mid. And he's also out of mana.
Yep. Bulldog rotated at the right time anyway, though, so I mean, getting those trees up, they would have gotten a little bit of damage in the tower, but not really too much. So it's not that big of a deal that he has to go all the way back.
Yeah. There is one thing, though, which I'm going to point out. The battle between Doombringer as well as Spectre. Now, Doombringer's gone face boots here for Loader. So we're looking at Initiation Doombringer, where Spectre is buying Hand of Midas. Or is he? No. He had the money for a Hand of Midas. Or pretty close to the recipe, at least. But
they're just going to go for this tower.
I thought for a moment we'd just be seeing a battle of like Midas versus Devour, and I was about to say like Era's never going to come out.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
It's not going to happen now.
I'll say it.
It's going to be too late for it to happen now. Even with this bottom tower going down, Era could consider it, but...
Oh, stop.
I think he realizes that buying into those drums as quickly as possible, be ready to fight up against that Doombringer is more important.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with the Fury and ulti, they can really just start engaging really some decent team fights, just bringing two people out of nowhere.
Yep. As you said
S4
before,
hits
like,
a 6.
Oh, Invis in the bottom lane too. Yeah, but as you said before, dude, like the global combination for Fnatic is so good.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
At the same time, though, when you got heroes like this running around with DD Vendetta, you fear for players like Trixie. And the ping that came out from Hani, he pinged out and said, "My lane is missing. Careful on top." And Trixie straight back behind the tower. And this man will go ahead of Midas.
Yeah,
there's the ping, so they've realized where he is, and obviously now being visible too. Can he block him in? Tree block? Ah, failed it slightly.
Yeah, the tech was there. And EGM's getting his... He's getting his Arcane Boots up right now. Doing just stacks in the jungle with Sandstorm.
This is an SK that's gone jungle, and he's almost level 6.
It's actually... It's really strong, because if you just get your level 3 decently early with a couple stack pulls,
yep,
you can just go do almost any camps. You just get level 2 Sandstorm. Because, you know what? You're not really going to go ganking it as a level 3 Sanking unless you have another setup.
Yep.
That hero's too good with levels.
The crazy thing is, too, 7 minutes in, we get Arcane Boots, so we get... we may even just go straight into a Blink Dagger with the rush for that one.
I was actually about to say that, too.
you thought?
It's a possibility.
Because I'm a big fan of the Arcane Boots if you're going to be on lane, but if you're just inside the jungle, it's only 50 mana per lane. Telic needs to pick up really out way too far there, Arcane. And with the ulti flashing out from Prop, there's a lot of damage to S4. Era also threw out his own Haunt.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Stay in the middle lane. They will bring down this tier 1 tower in the mid. And with the drums, like, the drums is basically done here on Spectre. So everything else from now on should be looking to go into the Radiance. And S4, oh, I'm not quite sure about this, man. Vendetta, they got Sentry Wards, but he's just out of range of it.
Radiant's top
Have they got a secondary one? No, they don't. S4 is running away. But Era knows where he is because the Courier delivers the item halfway through.
And yeah, he goes for the drum. Spectre's got his drum finished up. Disruptor went for 0 points in kinetic early, so he's got 2 in the Thunderstrike, 3 in the Glimpse. And yeah, Bulldog's doing what he does, trying to pick up his farm.
Doombringer's going, I hope, a Vanguard. I don't know if Cap is watching in right now, but he's one of those guys that whenever Doombringer tries to go Battle Fury, he just like swears at the world.
Oh, Battle Fury's horrendous. I don't want to hear that. He did go Vanguard. Battle Fury Doom. I haven't even seen that ever. I think I've seen that only in Dota 1 ages ago.
Yeah, Dota 1's where I remember it from. But that was like back in the days when you had a 33% chance to kill off a creep with Drow Ranger. That's how long ago that was.
Man, good times though. Good times.
That was actually, I think, the year of 2007, where we ended up having...
It's been that long?
Yeah, it's definitely that long ago. 2007 was Bristleback, but there was also Doom up at that point. I think you might have been like at the end of 2007 more though, like towards like the SMM period, because Bristleback was like smack bang in the middle of 2007, because he was there at like WCG, the ACG.
I don't even remember any more, man. It's been so long now.
I just remember those because they were some of my first ever LAN events. And I also remember the year of Afamosa. Afamosa was the resort that SMN was played at. And we had Visage before he got changed and reworked, and he had the Revenants as opposed to the Familiars. Bottom lane, Era's going to go down right now. Or will he? Yep, the stun's able to hit there from S4. And that'll buy him the time to really hit in hard. Follow-up Burrow Strike. And now all of Alliance, almost, is down that bottom lane. The only person not there is the Doombringer up on the top lane.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be the Blink Rush coming out of EGM.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Looks like we're also going to see from the Spirit Bread not looking at a Radiance Rush out from Lone Druid. This looks like Maelstrom coming out from Admiral Bulldog.
It could still be a Midas. Could be a little bit of a late Midas.
It's pretty late for him though.
Yeah, it is. It is rather late. Yeah. And Hani actually went for this Sage's Mask, so I feel like he's going to build into an Orchid, but he didn't build Bassi on it. I feel like I've always seen him go Bassi on Invoker.
Unless he's trying to keep it a little bit more of a secret. Because I know you're saying Orchid too because he's gone for the Exort Quas build. So there's not much point going into a Yule Scepter in this game.
Yeah.
You don't get that huge burst of movement speed at the early points of the game.
And I wonder if Loda's just going to go for another Blink right now after this Vanguard.
I got a funny feeling Loda's just gonna tank it up. He's already seen 86 for 9. Do we have a mech over on anybody right now? No. I'm not going to get on Lone Druid. Nyx Assassin is buying a Blink Dagger. Disrupt, well, okay, can probably afford a mech a little bit later on. But you mid solo or anyone else like...
Nah, Loda bought it, the recipe just now for it.
He did? Okay. I thought we'd just go into... it's hilarious that I mentioned this build before. I don't know if you were actually DC'd out when I did it, but I always reference art style when I talk about Doombringer with this thing. Because he just did it when he was, like when Dara used to still exist. And they ran this early, like it was even before the Vanguard. You just get mech, he'd get Vlad's, and then they grab a Latrak and they just force down towers. Because they realized the lifesteal was more than enough and the auras were more than enough just to force out almost any lineup. Even underneath the Akotl like level 4 blast, it was still enough. Yeah, and SK finishes his 12-minute blink. Jungle SK, man. 12-minute blink and a 4 level up in Burrow Strike.
Pretty damn strong.
Yep. Didn't need much more than the 2 Sandstorm.
That's 0 towers too, and he gets it already, so that's really, really good for him.
I got a feeling the Jungle SK's back, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what China's going to do tomorrow in the Cena Cup. Let's see how China handle this new patch. Because it hasn't happened yet. Top lane, loaded right now. Cold Snap, Sunstriked up, and he's going to get hit very hard. Back to the death, and Epicenter, EGM was just a little bit too far away. His Blink Dagger got put back on cooldown. Something damaged him up. Sentry wards are on the deck, and they can see the SK. He only just walked out of range, and then his Invis wore off. Basically get hit by that. Glimpse back, it's going to be Trixie. Stunned up, and I'm pretty sure he just said, leave me for dead, boys. Just run yourselves away. One TP out in the tree line. Telekinesis will just hold back the rest of Alliance. And there's no blink to a Burrow Strike now on the SK. They do have the bear diving underneath the tower, but yeah, Alliance are going to back themselves up. Oh, Sunstrike. it's looking for EGM. Tried to plant it right here on the map, but misses.
Pretty close.
Well, he should have one more chance. He'll have one more chance when he hits the base.
The big blind one. It's going to be pretty close.
10 seconds to walk from your tier 3 towers in. 8, 7. Oh, he should be able to heal up by the time it connects. And inside the base? No,
yeah, he doesn't go.
He's going to look up towards the top lane because Fly's getting glimpsed back up again. Straight into that Nyx stun as well as the Lone Druid right on top of him. And this will now be the tier 1 tower loss in the top lane. And even Doombringer coming in just to make sure the Trixie is going to back up.
Top tower has fallen.
And now you're starting to see this net worth go through the roof. It's 7.4k net worth over on Doombringer right now. 14 minutes in.
What an ability Devour is. I mean, not even just Devour. Lotus CS is almost... He's actually gotten almost all of them up in that top lane, plus probably a good amount of jungle creeps.
There's our gold per minute. Jumping through every single bar. 511 gold per minute coming in for Loda. Him is 362, and that's over on Era. S4 is just watching Ira farm up at the moment. He can't kill him. Not by himself.
EGM's rotating though, and S4 has actually got 2,400 in the bank right now. I wonder what he's saving for. Either Blink or Force, I guess he's making the decision.
Yeah. I wonder if he even thinks about going into a Blade Mail in this game. If he's just going to be that guy in the front lines, it really should be a Blink though. But with SK already having a Blink dagger, does S4 really also... Like I know having a high maneuverability lineup is always great.
Let's see. He's going to the side shot, picks up Blink TP.
So, no question mark to be had anymore.
Yep, and smoked up Doom and Disruptor. I don't think we've seen a Doom come out this game, have we?
No. No. That one chance when Loda thought he might throw it down the top lane, he was controlled and cold snap the entire time. He never got his ulti off.
Bottom tower is under attack.
GM.
It's just sandstorming creeps, I love it.
Like S4 comes in, attacks him, he summons up the undead army to see even more money. RK, that's a good thing for them. Well, is there an observer ward? There's not even an observer ward. There's a sentry ward here, but not an observer. So looking to jump in towards this mid. They'll use the Blink Dagger in from S4, and he gets a 3-man stun into a 2-man Epi with the wall, with the Disruptor ulti. Honey will trigger out from that one. Ira being brought back to the fight. He will die as well. It's a double kill coming the way of RK. Now, I got a funny feeling that Fnatic, even though they're only just going to lose their second tier 1 tower, will already have their heads hung rather low in this game. Because it looks like Alliance are unstoppable right now.
Yeah, this game is looking pretty out of hand. I mean, they made some huge mistakes. I mean, that dive bottom on Bulldog was just insane.
Yeah.
That was just like the beginning of the downfall. I mean, obviously after Invoker dying twice mid in his lane too.
Yeah, we didn't see how the second time happened, but you could already just look at it and say, well, okay, first death, we realized, like, block problems, and then a good early movement in, and then the second time, like, it wasn't even just the fact he died 2 times in the middle lane, it was like by the time he got back into the middle lane, then he would die again, because he got pulled back by the glimpse, too. So he missed out in, like, he was a level and a half behind that of the solo mid for Alliance. Like, you weren't really expecting S4 to have that huge advantage as a Nyx Assassin up against an Invoker, but it happened. And now they're also going to come in with a DD rune and beat down on top of Roshan.
Yeah, and I don't really know what Fnatic can do. And if Alliance just gathers up and really just starts going for all these towers, Fnatic can have a really hard time doing anything. They have to just try to split up and do what they can, but they have to watch out because there's a Nyx who's constantly going to be missing. He's going to be level 11 after this Roche. And they have 2 Blinks up early.
Well, there goes Roshan. With the Vladimir's offering 2, everyone's at full life. EGM was standing guard inside the Sandstorm, outside the pit. But he's also finished up Wand and now has a Helm of Iron Will sitting in his stash. So yeah, Veil of Discord on the way in for the SK. And then he'll be like Disruptor, who RK's already preparing for his next transition in case they're even considering BKBs, which is hilarious because none of these heroes from Fnatic will want to have a BKB. But RK will make sure no items shall be used. He's going straight into Aghanim Scepter.
And look at this, Alliance has 3 bottom, they're kind of hiding, they get this tower down, but S4 is already setting up for this top lane. Maybe they're going to be able to just fight here and just end the game, basically, if they get a big jump.
If they get themselves a fight that even remotely goes their way, they could just push in, and I'm not going to say, like, take a Rax, I'm going to say take a tier 2 and probably finish up a tier 3 tower as well, which is the equivalent with a lone druid of ending a game.
Yeah, it actually looks like they decided just to ditch it, not to risk anything.
Yeah. Well, tower trade is all it comes down to now. Fnatic won't really have enough time to really push hard into this tier 2 tower, so it's up to Alliance right now. Do they go for the trade here, or they say tier 3 tower is better than a tier 2 tower?
I think they're just going to go.
Yep, they're going to go. There's one quick dagger over towards the Disruptor, who prepares the ward. He gets pinged out almost instantly, so the sentry ward is there, but they know with a blink into a stun, they can catch Ira out of position. I know S4 was really considering that for a moment too.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Steal, he got Devour. Nice.
Yeah, you take that money.
Flow push this.
Jump in.
Oh, they got double stun.
And then a follow-up double stun into the Disruptor ultimate. Epicenter's there too, so Fly cannot walk away fast enough. And then even then he'll get glimpsed. We get one glimpse back. It's going to be the SK in the middle of this fight. He's finished up his Veil of Discord to pick it up from the Radiant shop. But right now, I got a funny feeling he won't even have time to pick it up. This is like tier 2 towers lost in the top lane. They don't care. They take melee ranks in the bottom. They'll move over to the Radiance ranks as well. And Alliance looks like they'll remain undefeated so far in the D2CL if this game keeps going the way it has.
I think Loda doomed a dead Invoker there.
Radiant's bottom barracks has
Did it really matter at the end of the day?
No, I mean, of course not. I don't even think it got one tick off on the Doom. He just died instantly. It's pretty funny. Basher picked up by Lone Druid. And yeah, they're going to be trying to end this game ASAP.
No.
I don't know. I feel like this Invoker really should have gone Quaswex this game. I feel like it would have made a big difference. But he did die very early on.
Yeah, you can understand what they were searching for, and it worked nicely when they rotated into middle lane. Like their quick, instant death of S4, that's what they were searching for, but on all the different lanes. Jump in behind it, go for Lone Druid. Admiral Bulldog, basically, like, they dived him underneath the tier 2 tower. With the Sunstrike as well, it would have been a lot more easier to get that kill. Are we going to glimpse here? We're going to glimpse into a stun. And there goes Era. The combinations just weren't working for Fnatic tonight, and now No Tell gets entangled. This was going to do a quick mana burn and then a jump into a Vendetta hit. And there is a quick tornado coming out from Hardy, but this is it. He can drop the meteorite down, he hit the Doom over on fly, so he's also forced to stand here and die. And that's going to be GG.
This game got out of hand really quickly. Just the fail block, the bad block in mid really just, just really set up Hani to having a poor start.
Come across the map, and that's going to be it. It for a Fnatic versus Alliance, but the D2CL does return tomorrow evening. Team Lick will be going up against Virtus Pro at 18 CET. You'll find it right here on the Daily Motion Join Dota live stream. As far as all the other stuff for Join Dota that's still going on, I believe Cloud9 is still playing up against Sigma, so definitely go over and check out that live stream. It's over on the Join Dota community channel right